For more than 35 years, Rachel's Vineyard has been offering hope to post-abortive couples through three-day weekend retreats. From September 2nd to the 4th, the Diocese of Ogdensburg in upstate New York will be hosting its own. Founder Dr. Theresa Burke joins us now ahead of the retreat to tell us more. Thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my privilege.
So, Dr. Burke, we know these retreats are offered in 87 countries and in numerous languages. So what can participants expect when they go?
Well, it's a very safe place. It's a non-judgmental atmosphere where your confidentiality is respected. And most of the people who run the retreats and compose the retreat teams are women and men who have suffered the loss of a child from abortion, and they know well the agony and the grief and all the different levels of the way that manifests itself, from feeling fine right after the abortion till many, many years later, almost a post-traumatic stress disorder, where they're triggered by things and the grief surfaces after many years. So they're aware of the dynamics. They're very dedicated. Everyone's volunteer. And it's just a beautiful experience to enter a grieving process that perhaps you've never been able to do before over that loss. Because most women, they feel the event's over. Initially, they might feel relief, and then any feelings that are related to the loss, any ambivalence, they just stuff that very deep. And those are the memories and feelings that can lead to a complicated bereavement and also post-traumatic stress disorder. And as I've studied all these years, many kinds of traumatic reenactments of that loss, which hasn't been processed, mourned, or integrated.
So after all of these years, what have you discovered while doing these retreats?
I've discovered that God wants to heal people, and that He does, and that this environment is just so supportive, because many people think that they're crazy or they're the only ones who feel this way. And when they come into a group with other people who've had this loss and this burden and a lot of self-blame and even self-hatred, depression, all the symptoms, they thought they were the only one. And there's such a beautiful lifting of knowing that I'm not alone in this. And that's why I'm such an advocate of the support group model, because it does normalize the experience of a natural, normal grieving that for so many men and women never happens, especially when it's been framed as a choice, as medical care. So when they're assaulted by negative feelings, they don't know what's wrong.
So after a weekend retreat, how does that help with the grieving process moving forward?
Well, they share the story of what happened to them, which many women have never told anybody, including when they get married, their partners. Many people keep it a secret. We know this from the data. They don't even tell their healthcare providers, because there can be shame and also the grief that they just don't want to get close to.
As we just mentioned in the newscast, more abortion bans are taking effect across the country. However, that's not the case in some states like New York. So we know some will travel out of state for the procedure. But are you hopeful there will be fewer abortions now?
Well, knowing how devastating that abortion can be for men and women, yes, I am hopeful of that, just because I wouldn't want to see anybody go through that needlessly, especially when they didn't have informed consent about these kinds of reactions, including suicidality, increase in alcohol and drug abuse, things to numb the pain, because it is a traumatic experience, and that should be processed.
All right, Dr. Theresa Burke, founder of Rachel's Vineyard. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the work you do.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.